I'll do whatever it takes to get a job, and it's been a string of stupid ones too. I was a shelver at a public library in Detroit. What is surreal? Yes, they do read there. What a surreal job, and a boring one. I get done early, get busted reading in the stacks, scolded for it, you know. And it's a union gig, so everything's like tightly regimented with the pay scales. Had this irritated clerk making literally twice as much as me trying to get me to do her job. I'm like, why don't you go stare at some of that chocolate porn on the wall? I don't like people equating food with sex. I think it's creepy. Almost as creepy as people who buy air fresheners for bathrooms that are somehow related to food, like mango sparkle. No thanks. No thanks. Vanilla bean? Mm-mm. No. So, kind of categorically against air fresheners anyway. It's part of the conspiracy theory to keep us down, keep us chipped, keep us ignorant, you know? My husband's a conspiracy theorist and it's rubbed off on me. I can't wait to be the person who's like back in the beginning, you know? #1@hotmail.com, you can sit there and bore the hell out of all the youngins with stupid stories about back when the FDA was still regulated and we didn't know we were chipped and paper was legal and all those good things. It's nuts, but yeah, back to my awesome job. Tending bar and waitressing again. This is an old familiar song for me. Yet again, manufacturing fake enthusiasm for food. I wouldn't eat to save my kid's life. I don't care what you do. I'm never gonna like chicken fried steak. And since we're on red meat, that shouldn't be the way it is. Let's talk Salisbury steak. This is like my new arch nemesis in life. It's not steak. It's ground meat. It's post steak. And the fun part of steak for me is like, here comes your lioness on the Veld fantasy of like ripping into like the elemental, you know, jungle cat, eyeing the prey fantasy, and instead some hyenas got a hold of it and pre-masticated it for you. No thank you. And when we're on the subject, anybody who wants to take credit for that mushroom gravy can suck it, because that stuff's stinky too. So I say just go for the fish and chips. You know, I mean that's a solid, right? Food's important to me. You know, it's what keeps us going every day. 2 basic rules about tending bar too. No religion, no politics. So of course in my bar it's all they talk about. You know, especially because the Southern debates were on the other night. That was fun. It should have been sports. Should have been thought-free fun via ESPN, but no. It was a passionate chat about Ron Paul. Again. You know, someone very close to me loves to have the last word. I'm the kind of person who's like, take it. I don't give a shit, you know? Because if I wanted an exercise in futility, I'd campaign for that cat. I mean, and it's still all over Facebook, right? Conspiracy after conspiracy. They didn't count his votes, motherfucker. They didn't count his votes. Left him out again. Everybody at work was all about it, thumping the bar with passion, telling me all about it. And it's crazy. I'm like, you know, his ideas sound pretty good, but then I checked out his website. Oops. Don't do that. That dose of truth. I never like the taste of that stuff. When am I going to learn? Right? Just wallow in ignorance, you know? Like when I decided to punish myself for staying up basically from the age of 17 to the age of 27 by deciding, voluntarily deciding to cut and style hair at the North Point, Spokane, Washington Walmart. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hell yeah! That's what you call them, right there. Crazy times. Crazy. I mean, I thought I had known like the vast pool of humanity, and I was mistaken, people. We're talking about the cult members coming in from Chatteroy for like the monthly supplies, you know, people with like their tax returns hungry for a 16-inch TV, margarine enthusiasts, not, excuse me, just people who consider margarine to be an adequate toast lubricant. But the folks who are like, no, it's gotta be Bonnie Bell or Blue Bond or whatever the hell it's called, or I'm not eating it. You know, people are like, I wouldn't take a shit on country crop. Like, you can differentiate between human excrement and margarine, because baby, it's all the same to me. You know? No, I shouldn't hastily jump to conclusions, because mind you, I get a shifter meal every time at work, and I guarantee you it's not butter, because nobody can afford it. It's not just the Norwegians, if you pay attention to international news. But I have a lot of fun at my job. It's cool. And a bunch of folks, of course, promised to come see me tonight, and not a one of them. Which is probably for the best. What if I stay and nobody laughed and it would be depressing? And you'd be like, you know what, that girl thinks she's so funny. She's not funny. Just tell her she's funny because then the drinks are stiffer.
Where are you working?
I'm working at Sportsman's in Ridgefield. Yeah, very far. I know, definitely Dewey territory too. Those cops are dedicated. And they've got a roundabout, so watch it. Yeah. Certainly serving a lot of ranch. I mean, hey, I am a ranch enthusiast, please. I don't know what you guys think. That chick is a food Nazi. How unfun. You know, all Brussels sprouts and almond shavings in my house. No, we have real food, you know. But it's just, I mean, how did ranch go from an acceptable condiment to like the only thing that gets vegetables into your mouth? You know, poor crudités, I feel so bad. You know, it's turned into like, you know, watch out water, there's a new universal solvent in town. What happened to ketchup? You know, ketchup used to be king. It's like it's all too Cold War, Dow, you know, chemical, whatever, you know, 250s, you know. Barbecue sauce? No thanks, cowboy. Honey mustard? We've got this cat in the building. I thought we like collectively jumped the shark, people start labeling it on pizza. But I really think that if we come together as a community, that we can find like a whole new series of applications we never thought of before for ranch. I'm talking like ice cream, engine lubricant. Why not a cancer cure? I mean, let's step it up. Why not, right? So, the new job means I got less time for Facebook, and that's probably for the best because, man, how many of my friends are foisting this whole pageant bullshit on their kids? Don't these people understand when they're watching toddlers and tiaras that these people are literally just lightly snacking on their kids' souls? You know, all my dreams, I'm gonna funnel them into this 6-year-old, and then these people at home with their stupid kid names, you know? Kayla, McGillicuddy, Chardonnay, Ambiance. My little 6-year-old whistle-talking leg dragger is going to take me to the top. Yeah, one of the most famous of these kids, her mom just said she was retiring so she could go Hollywood. After coming out with her own doll. Words cannot express. Absolutely flabbergasting. And speaking of eating intangible things, you know, moved to the suburbs. There goes my integrity down the hatch. Delicious. Fantastic. I'm sure some of my neighbors are watching that program. You know, just a couple years ago, militant, proud, urbanite. You know, I live in the city. You know, I don't live in Royal Oak. I live in Detroit, long story. You know, I don't live in Tarzana, Los Angeles. Then I moved to Vancouver. You know, to be closer to my family. You know, what happened? You know, now I'm all busy congratulating myself for living within a few minutes of a Target and a Red Robin. Yeah, congratulations. All right, what's next? Right, a Segway, Crocs, a candle party. I know, it doesn't get lower than that in my opinion, it really doesn't. Like, not like the last neighborhood was awesome. I mean, there's a place if it had its own flag, it'd be like a flattened Walmart bag running down the street, shootings and tire fire barbecues and people stripping shopping carts for scrap metal. It was hot. Red hot. So, I mean, I guess it's quieter. But, like I said, man, I know what my integrity tastes like. It's bitter. So, I just don't feel like I blend. You know, we force our kid to go to these social times, and the other moms, I'm just like, man, are you even speaking English? You know, with your charm bracelets and your bleached sinks. You know, you're lucky to get utensils at my house when you come over for dinner. Seriously, very lucky. You know, I will do, ask my husband, he's sitting right there, I will do anything, including drinking out of a ladle to avoid doing a dish. Whatever it takes. Now, it's not to the point where there's like a striped tent over the house or anything, but it's like, I'm running a housekeeping schedule by lunar eclipse. You know, midterm elections, get out the hazmat suit, time to do the bathroom. Seriously, yeah, I like to say to my husband when I don't do the laundry, I was put on this earth for so many things, and you know, whole stack.